Okay. The channeled message today is the foxes of the forest. Calling protection over this space. I call in my ancestors of divine light. Okay, so it starts with, obviously, you may be Polish, you may have Polish ancestry, you may live in Poland, which is funny because when I go to say that, it also sounds like pollen in the air. In the lead up to this message, opening the space, clearing the space, calling in protection. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all that you are. So in the lead up to this message, I have been hearing and channeling, maybe even dreaming of the music of this composer, Chopin, spelled like Chopin. This may be music that you're familiar with. This may be music that one of your ancestors was particularly fond of. I don't know how long I've got to make this message, so it may be a part 1. Let me just get that straightened up for any of my Virgo-esque tendency viewers. I know nothing about it. Okay, so the message that came through today so Chopin, or this music that you can hear right now, this classical, neoclassical, romantic era piano music may be significant or important at this time. And the message that has come through is Poland nor Roska. And from what I understand and what is coming through, that is like saying Poland, neither Russia, or neither Poland or Russia. And yeah, it's like channeled messages come through in all sorts of ways. It's like kind of complex. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, then just try and be open to the messages. Poland nor Roska. Russo is also the way that I would have expected the channeled message to come through. I will start by just saying I do not know a whole lot about Polish culture. I don't know a hell of a lot about Poland. I have had one friend a long time ago, a close friend who was Polish. Her name was Olga. She was a photographer. She loved film noir. She loves, I'm sure she still does. I've fallen out of touch with her, but I'm sure she still loves black and white photography. And Spirit is wanting me to move into being able to openly talk about some of the bigger channeled messages that I get here at Codes of Harmony. Some of the bigger channeled messages that I get that are global that are actually messages for the whole earth. These like messages that, unfortunately, due to my own lived experience and the way I've been treated and am still getting treated within my own communities, like, it's, you know, all part of the of the darker demiurge's evil ways to try and stop channels like myself, like a channel, right? Not a friggin' a thing on an app or a computer, a channel, somebody who can channel messages from the ethers. We have existed from the beginning of time. We have been here. Sages, oracles, mystics, magi. We have been here from the beginning of time, and there has been a huge attack and strategic campaign to stop people like myself being able to channel significant, important messages. And so I am just like, I'm just trying to be very transparent about that and just open up to, you know, like the more significant my messages seem to be, the more in danger my life seems to be. So, but hey, whatever, because like the bigger picture is so much more important than just one person, just one channel. Love to all of the sages or the oracles or the mystics and all of those who can channel messages, including mediums, including psychics. And okay, so we're starting with the Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. And this, I'm using this tarot deck because it has a kind of Slavic energy to it, I feel. Maybe Germanic artwork and energy, the frequency of it. And as I said before, I don't know a hell of a lot. I don't know an extreme amount about Polish culture, but I do believe that there are some Slavic gods and goddesses that have been communicating with me and trying to communicate with me for some time now, but that has increased dramatically in the last month, in the last 2 weeks particularly. So look to Poland, look to Poland. If you want to understand what's happening in the world right now, look to Poland is what I'm hearing. We then have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is holding on too tight, is something about resources, is slipping through, like the rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections of the dark, of malevolent forces, of those wanting to interrupt my work. Please, kindly, fuck off. As I said, bigger picture, it's all about the bigger picture right now. So to have this very fast-moving energy and this Four of Pentacles feels very much like it's speaking about resources and is very much talking about a big change. Look to Poland is what I'm hearing. So we have the frequency of the bear, the fox, the hawk, and that is the exact order that I heard this in, that I channeled this in. Also just want to call in extra protection. We have the Justice card. This has to do with justice. And there's something about foxes that they're very small, but they're ferocious. They are very cute and unassuming, but they're very cunning and they're very fast. Small but ferocious. So that makes me think of that David versus Goliath energy and frequency. Please give me clear and divine discernment that'll be most beneficial for everyone involved. The image that's on the front of this video here at Codes of Harmony is from an article that I just found in the process of my researching and meditating and channeling into this frequency and this message, which has to do with an old growth forest that is currently at threat of laws changing around clearing the path, clearing the path, clearing the path, clearing the path. With laws changing around around forestation, around logging, and it's a really huge deal because I'm not sure how to say it, but something like the BIALOWIEZA forest is the last old growth medieval forest in Europe, is the way that it's being described. The last old growth medieval deciduous forest in Europe. And that's some cute little foxes in the forest. And that photograph is not my own. The photographer's name is on that image. Please make clear and divine discernment to be most beneficial for everyone involved. A very chilling realization and message that came through as I was just channeling in preparation for this video. After I channeled the words Poland nor Ruska, or Ruska, and I did note also that nor, which means either, essentially is a way of saying either. Neither, not either, neither. That also sounds a bit like Netherlands. So then I also wondered if part of the message is Poland, Netherlands, Russia. And calling in extra protection. So then, so the chilling channeled message that came through is that cold countries would be hurt by the oil wars more than warm countries will, as there are places where not having heating nor hot water will mean death for many. I'm going to repeat that. Cold countries will be hurt by the oil wars. So the wars over oil, the changes in petrol prices, the current World War III, that is a never-ending battle over basically people trying to steal a certain energy, a certain large entity, country, trying to steal other people's oil resources. That is what's happening. And so I'm going to repeat the chilling message that I received, which is cold countries would be hurt by the oil wars, the petrol wars, more than warm countries, as there are places where not having heating nor hot water will mean death for many. This will mean people dying in their own bedrooms of exposure. So I am recording this from a country that is it's a warm country. It's a warmer climate that obviously is affected. Different countries are different temperatures. A lot of that has to do with how close to the equator you are, as well as the type of forest that you have, the type of environment that is in the land that you are in. Acknowledging the ancestors. Thank you for those who are coming forward to help at this time. Thank you to the deities particularly. Thank you to Sophia. Thank you to Mary. Thank you to the Black Madonna. And today I want to make a special thank you to Divana, who is the Polish goddess of the moon, as well as wild nature, forest, hunting. And of course the moon controls the tides, the waves, the tides, the ocean, as well as the water within us. Divana is said, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, is said to be an equivalent or similar to Diana, the goddess of hunting, who some of you may be familiar with. Please give me clear and divine discernment that will be most beneficial for everyone at this time. Just opening up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to note that I came across in this research that Layla, Lela, is the Slavic goddess of love, of nature's rebirth, which is connected to spring, right? So it seems that Slavic peoples and cultures have different gods and or deities more so that represent different seasons. And Layla, which makes me think of Star Wars, right? Is the Slavic goddess of love and nature's rebirth in the springtime. She is also the matriarch and the protector of families and ancestors that have passed on. If you have any Slavic ancestry in you, any bloodline, Slavic bloodline in you, particularly if you're somebody who is magically gifted, who has opened up and tapped into your psychic gifts, if you are a good witch, if you are somebody who prays, or even if you're not, and right now, today is the day you feel like you might, please look into and pray to the Slavic deities or the Slavic gods that you feel drawn to connect with today. They keep saying, look to Poland, look to Poland. So it's like the whole world's eyes are being drawn to America, are being drawn to a particular person, and all of this attention is going there. And now I'm seeing the foxes of the forest again. Foxes are small, but they are very cunning. Never underestimate the wisdom and the power and the ingenuity of a fox, okay? And remember, we heard bear, fox, hawk. And when I heard bear, fox, hawk, oh, that's so interesting. We have moon on the bottom of the tarot deck. That's really interesting. When I channeled bear, fox, hawk, after I channeled the words Poland nor Ruska, I saw an image of the Strength card, which is this card that a lot of people will be familiar with. This card, which is a woman taming a lion. Taming isn't the word that I like. It's one of my least favorite words. But that does get spoken about in terms of taming, tempering the animalistic nature of humanity, or your own animalistic nature. This can be connected to taming anger, taming sadness, grief, bottled up emotions. But it's also coming through today as a connection with nature, with the wild. So how to temper the nature that's within you, as well as coming to a healthy, harmonious balance between us, humanity, and nature, Mother Earth herself. And so that's really interesting to have the way it came through. So I saw this card that I know very well. It is connected to Leo energy, which I very much am. The Strength card, and I'm also very strong. Aside from being a Leo, I'm a strong person. I've been through a lot. You may resonate with this. Please only take what resonates, leave what does not. I heard bear, fox, hawk, and then I saw this image of the Strength card, which is also connected to the number 8, infinity, or August, the month of August. I saw it as a woman taming a bear. And for me, bears I would associate, in terms of this region of the world we're talking about, I would definitely associate bears with Russia. Foxes are coming through today as Poland, as Polish. And then the last animal that I channeled was hawk. So maybe what we should do is I will pull cards for each of those, but there's something very chilling about the message I've just delivered, and it's something that, as a humanitarian, I'm deeply impacted emotionally, spiritually, and psychically by wars, even when they're far away from me physically. And yeah, just that idea of the cold countries being at risk in a totally different way than warm countries because of staying warm. Because if you live in a place where the temperature drops below zero, and there's not enough oil, there's not enough gas, there's not enough resources shared amongst the globe, amongst the earth, those cold countries are literally going to have people freezing to death in there. And the way that it came through visually is in their homes. And that's just such a unacceptable, cruel and evil thing to even think about, right? To even consider that's going to happen, or that might even already be happening. The other goddess that came through in the channeling was Pagoda, who has actually always been, who's a Polish god or goddess. Now there has been discussion or arguments around whether Pagoda is a god or a goddess, around their gender. If you know my work and you know me, you know that I don't believe in gender in the way that many people do. The norm, the binary. I do not believe in the binary. And so it's really interesting that she's coming through today, and she is the god or goddess, the deity, the being of weather, connected to weather. So listen to the weather. Okay, let's get some messages for bear, for the bear, which I believe, and this can come through in lots and lots of different ways. I would associate that in terms of this message with Russia. Okay, bear. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles holds much abundance, but it's not the 10. It is the Nine of Pentacles. Something about the number 9. We then have the Two of Rods, planning, looking out, looking over the ocean. Please give me clear and divine discernment that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. Sending lots of love and protection and gratitude to those who actually care about me and my work and support my work. I'm seeing a red cord. Please give me clear and divine guidance that will be most beneficial. Please give me clear and divine discernment that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. The bear. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Some plan gone awry, some action of the mind, maybe an action of the air, as Swords is connected to the element of air, so something to do with the air. So that is definitely makes me think of it is connected to the goddess or god of weather. You could also say that Devana, who is the goddess of the moon, is also connected to the sky, connected to the heavens. The bear. So far the bear has the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Something about Chopin's life story may be relevant. I'm going to look into that further because this music, like this, because his music has been coming through my channeling so consistently for the last 2.5 weeks. Give us some more messages to do with the bear, Rusko, Russia, the bear, and the strength card as the bear. We then have the Queen of Pentacles. This could have to do with the divine feminine. This will this is coming through as one of the goddesses I've just mentioned. This is coming through as the Slavic goddess of love, which is Lela. Slavic goddess of love and nature's rebirth in the spring. So something to do with the springtime. That also makes me think of a springboard, spring action, or about the kinetic energy of a spring that is pushed down and coiled up before it springs back. That's like that elastic band thing. You can only pull, the further you pull an elastic band, the more tension and more movement and more energy is going to come back when you let go of that elastic band, or it snaps or breaks. Similar thing with the spring, the motion of a spring. And the fact that this is coming through as a protector of families and the matriarch and families and ancestors who have passed on. So there's something really important. If you have any Slavic blood in you, if you have any connection, and if you are married into a family that has Slavic blood, or bloodlines, clearing the space, clearing the path. Please pray to your Slavic ancestors, particularly if it is somebody on your matriarchal side. But when I say particularly, I mean that there is something about the matriarch frequency of the Slavic wisdom, particularly connected to Russia, connected to Poland, that is very powerful right now, and it is where the answers are going to be. For some of you, this is about the answers of something happening in your life. For many of you, you're going to understand this is about this is messages to do with the entire earth, the whole globe, the whole collective, and what is actually taking place, the bigger picture of things. And that's going to affect everyone. That's going to affect all of us individually as well as a collective. There's the Divana, Lela, and Pagoda. These are the three energies that are particularly coming through today. But if you have any kind of bloodline, any heritage connected to the Slavic lands, they are wanting to work with you at this time. They're wanting to help us as a collective. And I keep hearing, look to Poland, look to Poland. But the message that came through was Poland nor Ruska, which means Poland, neither Russia. So there's something, when I looked into that, the message that sprung out to me in the research was choosing between lesser evil. So neither may be a good option, but a choice must be made, and that's where these Slavic deities are wanting to help and come through. Please give us clear and divine discernment that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. Something significant about stars. You may want to meditate or look at stars. You may have a tattoo of stars or a star. There may be a star hanging in your room. Stars may be significant to you for a particular reason. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and that's connected to a collective of us coming together collectively. And my focus is being very funny at the moment. Please give me clear and divine discernment that are most beneficial for everyone involved. This is like different families, different communities, different people that wouldn't normally work together working together. Okay, give me 2 more for the bear. 2 more messages for the bear. There's something about hibernation is important. So then we have judgment, the judgment card coming through for the bear. And the bear card is connected to strength. You know, bears are very, very strong. They're very powerful. But when they are coming out of hibernation, they're actually, that is the time they're the most vulnerable because they are sleepy. You may be somebody that astral travels. You may be somebody that has deep dreams and has deep sleep or has been having trouble with sleeping. That's interesting because the times are about to change. Daylight saving is about to change or end. At least where I am. Please give me clear and divine discernment that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. So the judgment card, this is like big angelic energy. And it's like they keep showing me this bear stumbling sleepily out of hibernation. Like a big forest bear, you know. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial. I'm going to roll 1 more card for the bear and then get some for the fox and the hawk. If I have time. Okay, and then the lovers. The lovers cards can speak of lovers. You may have a Polish or Slavic lover currently or in the future. That's so interesting. Both of my puppy dogs just shook their head at exactly the same time, but they were on opposite ends of the room. They're Dachshunds, so that they're German, like, you know what I mean? Dachshunds are connected to Germany, so that you may have something about a connection with Germany as well. Like the old world, the old gods, the ancient gods are actually our answer. Like they are actually who and how we can move forward as a collective. And this is also the card of decisions, the card of choices. Okay, now I'm gonna ask for some cards for the fox. The fox is coming through as Poland at this time. Please give me clear and divine guidance and most beneficial. So we have the Fool card. That is the card of beginnings. That is the card of wonder, of stepping out into the road, not knowing what's going to happen, but being open to the road. This is a very beautiful card because it always means a new beginning. And then we have the Emperor, the card of the Emperor. I'll be right back.